All right, 99.9 Punk World Radio FM. You guys already know what time it is. Right here, we are actually live on the FM dial and, of course, Facebook and YouTube as well. And we got a phenomenal, amazing band, an award-nominated band, that is. We have E.R.I.E. right here live on the radio station, Airwaves. How are you guys doing this evening?
Doing great.
We're doing great, man. How are you?
Oh, man, doing best I can possibly be. Just enjoying this beautiful, warm Canadian evening, man. It's spring here in Canada, so we're actually out with the snow and in with the rain, I guess.
Oh yeah, we kind of know how that goes around here in upstate New York. So we feel you.
Season.
So you can tell Matt's in his hoodie. So
Right.
I just put my kids down. I had to come downstairs, and my downstairs is like cold.
Well, I got to say there, Matt, we definitely won't keep you in the cold, freezing basement for too long, man. So I'm going to dive right into this interview, man. But I got to ask, because obviously when you put on an E.R.I.E. record, you know exactly what you're listening to. You know it's E.R.I.E. You guys have amazing chemistry on your guys' record. So I have to ask, like, how did you guys all meet and come together as one to form this amazing band?
oh man, so it goes back to 2020, just before the pandemic. I had written a record in 2019 myself, and then kind of started assembling a band after the fact, if you will. Matt and I had worked together at the time, listened to a lot of the same music, that old school, pop punk emo stuff. We were kind of into the same stuff, and he really kind of enjoyed what I was working on. So he was like, yeah, I'll do, I'll play guitar if you need me. I'll play triangle. I don't care. I just want to be a part of it. And it was a lot of fun in that respect. So we got on together pretty quickly. Chad, we met next, our drummer here. We actually found him on Craigslist, which is a fun story. But he was looking for a cover band to play in, and I was not looking to do that, and so I coaxed him into playing some original music, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then Levi, Matt and I have known forever, but we finally just kind of coaxed him into playing bass for us as a diehard Geddy Lee fan. He was very kind to grace us with his talents in this this simple indie rock, as far away from Rush as you can possibly get.
Yeah. Where my chops are nowhere near Geddy Lee's chops, just to full disclosure. But
whose are though?
And when you said a few moments ago, actually, about the Craigslist situation, man, it's good that actually something good came out of Craigslist, because when you hear the word Craigslist, 9 times out of 10 it's a horror story. And it could be with an H or it could be with a W. It's definitely two different horror stories that could actually come out of Craigslist.
Yeah, don't let TJ fool you. It wasn't on the seeking a drummer page that he found Chad.
Yeah, it was. I made the post, fucker.
But when you said a few moments ago as well that how you guys actually formed right around the beginning of COVID, how did actually COVID put a damper actually on things? Because of course, with everything, the world, excuse my language, has gone to shit. Like no one could leave their house. No, you couldn't have gatherings. So how did that really impact your guys' beginning stages of this band?
Yeah, it sucked.
It was a lot of fun time.
Yeah, it was. We had our first kind of rehearsal. It was like the end of February, and then our record was supposed to come out March 13th or something. So it was literally like the week the world shut down. So yeah, it totally derailed everything. We got super excited to start booking shows, start playing out, start promoting the record, and everything just shut down. And it was weeks, became months, became the better part of a year, whatever. And so yeah, it took the wind out of the sails, but we pivoted. We found new ways to kind of, we did some of those weird, quarantine live stream makeshift videos and shit like that. And we did what we could. And now we're here. So it's, it is what it is, I guess.
It gave a great opportunity to write songs and
that's true.
Hone the craft and hone the ability to really play together and get that gel going.
Yeah.
And when you guys did all that songwriting, did you actually notice that, being in the house and it kind of mess with your guys' inspiration on writing songs? Well, I've heard stories from bands that they could write literally a shit ton of songs in a day, and then other times they're I have nothing. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing really going on in the world for me to be inspired about.
Big time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you honestly just described my songwriting process on a normal basis. So yeah, COVID kind of amplified that like 10x. But yeah, it was it was kind of one of those things where like as we were writing songs, we didn't want to make the pandemic record, right? Like because no one wants to hear that at this point. That's right. But there was enough shit going on that it's like you kind of just had to tap into it at some point to get it off your chest and get it out of your brain. So yeah, we found inspiration in things that you'd expect people to, I guess, in a situation like that. We also found inspiration in other things. So, and then we just put out a record that had 12 songs on it, and there were probably just as many songs that were not worthy of anyone hearing. So. You get a
Not
little
yet.
bit of both.
Not yet. Soon, eventually.
And also, you guys are actually currently signed to Mint 400 Records. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this particular record deal. And of course, how did you guys actually get linked up with this imprint to begin with?
During the pandemic, we couldn't do anything, so we shopped the record around to just different labels. And TJ had some friends in a band called Eraser, and they recommended we get in touch with Neil, and we did. And then we had a couple meetings with him, and just kind of Zoom meetings because it was pandemic, and we decided we wanted to be a part of it, and that's where we went.
Yeah, and it's very DIY. It's like a one-man operation, so which is cool. It's very, very, very indie. And he made a lot of on the new record. He made actually all the artwork for a new record. He's an art, so he really helped us out there. And he's got some weird connections to some people with the Jersey scene. And Matt, the names are escaping me, so I'm gonna punt this over to you because that's your forte.
He was in a band called Pensy Prep with the guitarist from My Chemical Romance, Frankie E.R.I.E. So he's got some Jersey hardcore background. So he's a good dude. And he was, when we were meeting with him, everything that he was saying was what we were looking for. We're 4 dads, we got kids and careers and stuff. So we weren't looking to be on the road 250 days out of the year. And he wasn't expecting that, unlike some other folks. So what he was offering is what we were looking for. And it seemed like a fit. And sure enough, it has been. We've been very happy with that. And hopefully he's been happy with what we've been doing.
And he definitely sounds like, just by the brief background that you actually said, excuse me, he definitely knows what it's like to be in the music industry for so many years and do the touring and whatnot. So it sounds like he definitely understood all your guys' current situations, man. So definitely seems like you guys made the right choice by going to that label.
Yeah. It's clutch.
Yeah, he's been great, and he definitely just understands the creative process as well, and just kind of he lets you do. He lets you do what you want, creatively speaking, right? Like if we're passionate about what we're putting out, he's not going to push back. He's going to put it out. He's going to get behind it, and he's going to be excited about it. And I think that's what's really, really great about this label is they're very passionate about the music and the artists that are on the roster. So we're definitely grateful to be a part of it.
It probably helps that TJ puts ridiculously catchy hooks in the songs he writes.
Thank you.
And also as well, guys, I actually noticed on Apple Music that aside from actually studio albums, you guys actually have an amazing 12-track live album titled Don't You Want to Die. I was wondering if you can tell us a bit more about this live album and, of course, what actually went into it to make this amazing sounding project a reality.
Are you referring to our first record? Was it Don't Want to Live, Don't Want to Die? Is that right?
Yes. My apologies. Yeah.
No worries. Yeah. So that was the so that record came out of an emergency stint in the hospital for myself. Actually, I had some heart issues actually, and I was kind of found myself in the hospital, and as you do, you get very existential in situations like that, and one of the things that I kind of missed was, playing music and making noise and stuff. And I kind of just went home and immediately got inspired, as you do, and just started writing that record. So that record was recorded almost entirely by myself in my old house, my old studio that I had, very makeshift studio in my basement. And it's really just, it's all about kind of grappling with, physical and mental health issues and things like that. So writing that was definitely cathartic in its own right. But then getting to bring that to, a group of guys like these who are immensely talented that can kind of put their own spin on the songs when we perform them live and this and that, has continues to be awesome. And just kind of going from that record into the one that we just put out, Suburban Mayhem, where the four of us were writing together, on our own respective instruments. It just opened up an entire world of possibilities. It was really cool.
And also, so speaking of Suburban Mayhem, you guys actually released that album on April 7th of this year. And I was wondering if we can dive actually into that album, because obviously this is why you guys are on the station. One of the reasons is to promote this amazing record. So, of course, I can't leave this one out of the question list. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about it. And, of course, where can we actually buy or snag ourselves a copy of it today? Because I did see that you guys also have physical copies of this amazing record available as well.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
our
Bandcamp is where you can buy physical CDs or vinyls. It's a band called E.R.I.E.bandcamp.com.
Yep, a band called E.R.I.E.bandcamp.com. Yep. So you can get that there on physical. It's streaming on all major platforms. Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Napster, whatever.
Yeah, I think you can get it on LimeWire.
LimeWire, nice.
Yeah, but on LimeWire, we're under Linkin Park. That's where you'll find us.
I think I saw it on FrostWire as well, though. But instead of Linkin Park, it was Mike Chioda.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, we have those physical copies up on Bandcamp. We've got it streams. We've got, we'll have physical media at all of our shows that we have coming up too. So those are kind of the three avenues for getting your hands on some.
Yep.
And also, you guys actually recently just got nominated for Rock Artist of the Year at the 5th Annual Eddie's Music Awards. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this nomination. And of course, how can not only the radio station listeners go about voting, but also your fans as well? Like, is it like kind of like the Academy Awards where someone chooses, or is there actually a voting link?
It is the local Greater Albany, New York region. Kind of their Academy Awards, where there is a group of folks who nominate and vote. So we are blinded to what the results actually are. But there's you can follow along at their Facebook and Instagram pages, which is, I think it's like Capital Region. You know what? I'm going to butcher it. I'm not even going to try. There's Facebook pages and Instagram pages.
I think it's like Eddie's Music Awards on Instagram.
Sounds right.
But yeah, we're big proponents of, music's not really a competition at the end of the day, right? Like, we're all just in it because we're passionate about what we're doing, right? We're writing songs that we feel good about, and we're performing because, hopefully it makes us feel good, right? So it's definitely a cool thing to be nominated for something like this, and we're extremely honored and flattered to be part of the conversation for sure. But at the end of the day, we're four guys who are happy to be making music, and that people are listening and even give a shit about it. So
we're part of a ridiculously talented music scene that has come out of COVID, firing on all cylinders. So to be lumped in with some of the folks who we get lumped in with is honestly a pretty big honor. And we're just really excited to be in a room with so many creative and talented folks, which is this Sunday night.
Yeah. That being said, our category has some pretty stiff competitions. So it's an honor to be nominated, I think is the phrase.
Well, I got to say, guys, and I'm not just saying this because I'm like live on the radio with you guys and we're like talking face to face virtually, but I got to say, I hope they make the right choice and give you guys the award, man, because you guys are a very talented band and you guys work your ass off for it. So I hope they make the right choice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very kind.
They made it one choice that was right because they're letting us play the show, and it's
that also, yeah, we get to perform.
Yeah, so that's the real prize right there. We get to play on an awesome stage.
True. A stage that's way too nice for us, but fine.
But also, guys, on April 27th, speaking of shows and actually just playing gigs and whatnot, you guys will actually be taking the stage at the Park Theater in Glen Falls, New York. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about what we can expect from this up-and-coming show, and of course, where can we actually snag ourselves some last-minute tickets?
Hell yeah! So if you go to our Instagram or our Facebook, whatever, we'll have there'll be a link like in our bio posted around there where you can get tickets. This is a series that they've been doing. I think they started it actually during COVID. It's like a live and local like thing, and they really highlight one particular band. I think it's a month or every couple of weeks, something like that. And I think it started out as a live stream thing, and now it's kind of developed into an in-person thing. But it's this really beautiful, small, intimate theater. Again, this is kind of a trend where we're playing these places that are probably way too nice for us, but it's fine. So it's cool. We kind of have like a longer than normal set. So we're going to be playing pretty much everything from the new record, a bunch of stuff from the old record, and kind of telling some stories in between. About the songs, about the band, and this and that, and just kind of making the most of the night, and hope people leave with a smile on their face, and maybe a slight bit of tinnitus would be great too,
and possibly a t-shirt.
And possibly a t-shirt. Yeah. The tickets for the theater, it's the Park Theater in Glens Falls. So parktheater.com. Nope, parktheatergf.com is where they're slinging tickets from, and advanced tickets are like $5 off. So we do encourage folks to snag a couple so everybody can plan appropriately, and we know how much rock to bring.
And that's true. And also that $5 you save, make sure you bring it to the gig as well and put it towards merchandise.
Exactly. Right.
At the end of the day, you're still relatively saving money, but you got to get yourself a a combo as well. You can't get yourself a t-shirt and not get the CD as well.
True.
Yeah.
I like
merchandise or tipping your bartender, one or the other. We're good with both.
Yeah.
But also, guys, obviously, we spoke about the new record, we spoke about the nomination, we spoke about this show you're going to be doing in less than 48 hours. But aside from that, how can our viewers actually follow you on social media and stay updated on everything E.R.I.E. for future reference?
So it's at a band called E.R.I.E. on pretty much everything. Instagram, Facebook. I think we're on TikTok as well, but we have no idea how to use it. So if anyone out there wants to teach us, just hit us up. We would be happy to have you. We can pay you in exposure bucks, and we'll send you some koozies or something. I don't know. But yeah, at a band called E.R.I.E. is where you can find us across the board.
And I got to say, first and foremost, guys, thank you so much for just giving not only myself, but the radio station airwaves just a bit of your time here this evening to talk about everything you've done so far within the music industry. Again, congratulations on that amazing award nomination. And honestly, I don't think you guys need good luck, but definitely good luck, man. I hope you guys bring it home.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you're most certainly welcome, guys. Definitely have yourself a phenomenal night, and I'm pretty sure down the line we definitely shall talk again soon.
We hope so, man. Take care, and thanks so much for having us.
Yeah.
You're most certainly welcome, guys.